Thursday, October 19th, 2017. Monaco 64, home of alternative economics and contrarian views. So it's 9:20 a.m. London time. I did look at the market earlier on and things were quite normal. And then I've had some breakfast and I've turned my screens on, and surprisingly right now the Dow is down 100 points at 23,050. We got down to 23,001, so it's been down as much as 150 points. And this is just happened. Let's see, it started really coming off around 7 a.m. London. So a really sharp drop. And around 9 o'clock, that's when it made the low around 23,000. I haven't seen any news, and as I said earlier, markets turn because they turn. But very interesting here. This is the first time in many weeks that we're actually seeing the stock market actually show some kind of volatility. So the Dow right now is down 92, but it's been down as much as 150. S&P is down 12.75%, down 0.5%. So, you know, in percentage terms right now, the Dow's down less than 0.5%. But the fact that we haven't really seen much downside, this is quite interesting. What else? Gold and silver have rebounded. We traded overnight down to yesterday's low of around 1276. The low overnight has been 1276.50. We've been as high as 1286, and right now we're at 1285, up about 4. Silver is above 17 bucks, 1702. The range has been 1690 to 1708. Crude oil is down 0.5%. So, and the currency. So the dollar's down against the yen 0.33% at 112.57. We have been as high as 113.15 overnight, and the euro is virtually unchanged at 117.80. The pound is down actually against the dollar 0.33% at 131.67. And as I see here, the Nikkei as well is down 0.86%. We're down 185 points. This is in the aftermarket. I'm not sure what the Nikkei did in regular hours. That's the Japanese 225 index. Looking here for headlines, Zero Hedge, let's have a look. Really, they've got nothing really as to why this market is doing this. So we'll probably find out later what's going on. Well, and now you have, I've just seen a headline, breaking news from Bloomberg: Spanish government to proceed with suspending Catalan autonomy. And why is that important? Well, the leader of Catalonia has said that if Spain were to suspend Catalonian autonomy, he would, Catalonia would declare independence. So some people might say, well, this is what triggered the stock market drop. Or maybe it's just time for the market to drop. But it doesn't really matter. What's happening is that right now, the market is under pressure. I guess 23,000 now will be the support. The low overnight in the futures is 23,001.8 to be exact. So very interesting. Let's see what cryptocurrencies are doing. Bitcoin still fairly firm, 5,600. Ethereum as well, 307. LITECOIN around 60. I wanted to talk a little bit about the tokens, the ICO tokens. I've received actually in my Ether wallet some tokens out of the blue. One of them was CryptoNex, CNX, and I received like 2,000 of them. And I looked on Ether Delta, and they're worth about 60 bucks, 2,000 of them. So that's nice of them to drop that, those tokens on my Ether wallet. One question I have maybe some of the viewers might be able to help me, because I've put MetaMask now on my Chrome browser. So I've got MetaMask, so I can see my Ether wallet through MetaMask. And I've also got it on my on the EtherDelta website. So now, I don't have the problem that I had a few weeks ago where the tokens I had on my EtherDelta wallet disappeared. I've also learned that you need to deposit the tokens or the Ether onto the EtherDelta wallet so that you can trade. And I've got these CNX tokens on right now, and I try to deposit them. Not too many, about 2,000 of them. I try to deposit them onto the EtherDelta wallet, and I do have enough Ether in my Ether wallet to pay for the gas, but it keeps failing. So I wanted to transfer the CNX tokens, or sorry, deposit them to the EtherDelta wallet so I could sell them for Ether. But when I try to deposit, it keeps failing. And it still takes the Ether for the transaction. So I was wondering if anyone knew why that's happening and maybe could help out. But you see, this is something that people need to try, through trial and error, and maybe someone can help me about that. What's going on, why I can't transfer. Deposit. Don't transfer. You deposit it. These tokens onto EtherDelta's wallet, so you can trade them. Anyway, what else is happening here now? So, yeah, very interesting. I got a lot of slack, of course, and about that Bo Pony video. Imminent crash and gold to soar. He did say though that around today and tomorrow would be the big day when it would crash. He said that the top was last week. I know the Dow kept going up. The other markets though, I noticed the Nasdaq, the top was on the 13th. The Nasdaq 100, the technology index. So I'm not trying to justify or try to give Bo Pony excuses. I'm just saying that things look to be getting a little, how can I say, more volatile. That's the other thing as well. Markets have been so volatile. Markets have not been so volatile. The speculative, positions in the VIX, huge short speculative positions in the VIX. And by being short, that doesn't mean that you're bearish in terms of VIX and volatility. By being short, it means that you're bullish the stock market. So yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about here. So some interesting market activity here earlier on. It could be related to this Spanish story, but the Spanish story came out at 9:17. So about 10 minutes ago. The stock market started dropping, over an hour before that. So I don't know what's really going on in terms of news, but in terms of price action, is very interesting that, the markets are under pressure early on in London here. So if you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. And if you like to follow me elsewhere, you can do it on steemit.com, on Twitter. I'm also on Facebook at Monaco64. And I'll talk to you later. Take care.